Snoop Dogg once bought a $7 million online image that anyone could download. To make matters worse, just a few years later, the picture is now worth $197. If that sounds wild, wait till you find out what he put in the $150,000 custom 1967 Pontiac he gave to Kobe Bryant as a retirement gift. But before we do all that, we first have to talk about Snoop's unbelievable NFT purchase that put cryptocurrency on the map. Right when crypto bros were looking to make money in the NFT crave of 2021, Snoop Dogg snatched up a $7 million NFT using an anonymous account that was later found out to be none other than the OG rap legend. The image was the most expensive NFT ever sold at the time of the sale. But that's not even the most shocking thing about this story. Just a year after Snoop broke the bank to get this piece of digital art, the NFT scene crashed horribly, bringing down the value of Snoop's NFT to around $200. That's the kind of bad luck you only see in the movies. And thankfully, you can protect yourself from bad luck like that by subscribing to the channel. We promise you'll never have to make such a wrong decision. The Dogfather is one of the few living rap legends still in the game, and it's wild to think that he came up in the industry around the same time as Tupac. With countless hits and several record-breaking albums, Snoop amassed a bag of wealth, and he isn't afraid to flex every once in a while. Just like the time he made a custom $300,000 Death Row record gold chain, which he wore for his 2022 Super Bowl performance. The piece was created to commemorate taking over the record label that gave him his start all those years ago. And to prove that he's an OG, Snoop gifted Ed Sheeran and Steph Curry replica Death Row record chains. Ed Sheeran knows it's not every day you get gifted a $300,000 gold chain by a living legend. While most hip-hop fans might look fondly at Snoop's time at Death Row Records, true insiders also remember that Snoop almost lost his life after leaving the record label. It was a difficult time in Snoop Dogg's career, with the passing of fellow artist Tupac Shakur. Death Row Records was the focal point of a nasty investigation, and Snoop Dogg knew he needed to get away from all that heat if he was going to have a successful career. This led to Snoop meeting with Master P, who welcomed him to No Limit Records. Snoop Dogg would later reveal that Master P stopped him from releasing an album called Fuck Death Row, and in doing that, Master P saved Snoop's life. To show his appreciation for Master P and No Limit Records, Snoop Dogg got a custom No Limit Records diamond chain, which shows his love for the music label. There's no doubt that Snoop Dogg's Death Row record chain was hella cool, but it doesn't compare to his next piece, which was taken straight out of a kid's cartoon. And it wasn't just any random cartoon character, because Snoop decided to get a gold SpongeBob pendant that looked like something you would find at a geek convention. While most rappers wouldn't touch this kind of pendant with a 10-foot pole, Snoop made it part of his style as someone who doesn't shy away from humor. And you might even forget that it cost the rapper $75,000. With the SpongeBob piece out of the way, we have to talk about the time Snoop Dogg became a member of the world's biggest gaming group. Over the years, Snoop licensed his voice and likeness to game companies looking for a collaboration with an OG rap legend. But he did the impossible in 2023 when he joined FaZe Clan, arguably one of the biggest and most popular groups of professional gamers out there. They invited Snoop to join their ranks. It was a no-brainer for the Dogfather, who grabbed a spot on FaZe's board of directors. And to celebrate his rise to the top of the gaming scene, Snoop Dogg made a $50,000 FaZe Clan chain. If you think Snoop Dogg doesn't belong in FaZe, watch him tear opponents apart in this game.
I gotta kill this game, nigga. Add that up. Hell yeah. Oh my God. Oh yeah, you bitch ass motherfucker.
All this talk about Snoop Dogg's sick chains might make you wonder if he even has other expensive jewelry. But you can rest easy, because the Dogfather also has a wicked watch collection that would make most rappers jealous. His most seen piece, the $64,000 Rolex Day-Date 2 Presidential, which tells you everything you need to know about the OG. Snoop isn't one to have just one Rolex, so he added the Rolex Sky Dweller Gold to his collection. And this $43,000 piece is made of 18-karat yellow gold with a Rolex Oyster bracelet. While not as expensive as his Rolexes, Snoop Dogg loves to try out other brands, like the $2,000 Joe Rodeo Jr. Diamond watch. And you can never forget his incredible collection of G-Shock watches. With his jewelry collection out of the way, we can finally talk about his car collection. Because if there is something Snoop Dogg loves, it's his crazy car collection. And speaking of crazy, nothing says crazy like gifting Kobe Bryant a yellow Lakers-themed car as a retirement gift. The 1967 Pontiac Parisienne convertible cost a whopping $150,000. And Snoop made sure the car was customized with pictures of other Lakers stars like Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The car also features the Lakers' iconic yellow and purple colors throughout, so you know that Snoop Dogg thought about everything.
I had Kobe, after he retired, come over to my compound, and I gave him a Low Rider car that I had made for him. And he came and he spent time with my family and my friends, and he gave my son some great information on business and life.
When Snoop Dogg isn't busy handing out custom vehicles, he is busy joining the long list of celebrities who own RollsRoyce. And Snoop Dogg's Rolls-Royce is a bit special. He owns a $350,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom 7 that he only pulls out whenever he feels like riding like royalty. Due to his height, he had the manufacturer make his supercar slightly higher than usual, and the customization doesn't stop there. The interior of his Rolls-Royce highlights his Southern California roots, and it also comes with all the bells and whistles you could find in any millionaire supercar. Whenever Snoop Dogg feels like stepping into the driver's seat, he sometimes opts for his 2017 Tesla Model X, since it's an excellent EV that packs a punch despite its sleek body. With the ability to go from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, this nimble beast costs Snoop $120,000. It's probably the only electric vehicle in his garage, because Snoop Dogg also loves Italian supercars, which consume a lot of gas, like his stunning Ferrari 458 Italia, which he shares with the likes of Justin Bieber, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and David Beckham. When you realize that it cost Snoop around $250,000 to own this piece of art on 4 wheels, you understand why you only find it with other stupidly rich folks. This brings us to the next car, which is so rare that only one of its kind has ever been made. This car was a 2011 Ford Mustang GT, designed by rap legend Funkmaster Flex solely for Snoop Dogg, making it one of the rarest cars ever seen. The fact that it's one of a kind means you can't put a price tag on it, making it as valuable as a museum piece. And speaking of museums, Snoop Dogg has some other cars that would fit perfectly into any museum with his Mustang, like his $80,000 Cadillac Low Rider, which looks like it was taken right out of a 60s gangster movie. Snoop Dogg had it customized to the max with an ultra-luxurious interior, and he also tweaked out the car's exterior with a fantastic paint job with his name etched into the hood. Snoop loved lowriders so much that he had another custom Cadillac lowrider, like the $50,000 1967 lowrider nicknamed Brown Sugar, and its sister, a $65,000 white Coupe de Ville lowrider. As if that wasn't enough, the music exec also snatched up a custom 1968 Buick Riviera, which gives modern muscle cars a run for their money. What makes Snoop Dogg's Riviera so unique is the kind of customization that goes into his vehicle. His Riviera features a massive painting of himself and his family on the car's hood, plus several other personal custom pieces that make it very special to the Dogfather. You might be tempted to say Snoop only loves vintage American muscle cars. Still, before Dominic Toretto used the Dodge Challenger SRT8 in the Fast and Furious franchise, Snoop was racing with his homies with the $60,000 car. With over 400 horsepower, you can be sure it's an absolute beast on the road. and Snoop knows when to crank it to the max with his modern muscle car. With such an impressive collection of vehicles, the only way he could fit his car was if he bought a large castle. And since there were only a few castles in California, he had to make do with a few mansions. His first was a $600,000 Claremont mansion, which he bought in 1994. It was named the Blaisdell Ranch House, and it had over 3,700 square feet of living space, which meant it had more than 8 bedrooms. Some of the more luxurious features of the house include dual master suites, featuring ultra-lavish bathrooms, a home theater room, a recording studio room, and you can't forget the pools and the basketball court. Despite being a home fit for a king, Snoop Dogg sold the mansion for $2 million in 2007 before moving into his next mega mansion, the Diamond Bar Mansion. Unlike Snoop's first home, the Diamond Bar Mansion is in the heart of Los Angeles. The new home costs $1.7 million, covering over 4,000 square feet of luxury living space with swimming pools, recording studios, and a basketball court. And when you can't find Snoop at his LA residence, you'll probably find him at his multi-million-dollar recording studio, which is the best place you want to be when your creative juices start flowing. The complex is filled with all the finest recording devices you could imagine. And it also includes a basketball court and a game room. Only those Snoop Dogg trusts get to play around in his recording studio, because it's where all the magic takes place and where he stores all his best tracks. What do you think about Snoop Dogg's spending habits and how he compares to other record label bosses? Let us know in the comments section below.